Hi Sam. I'm excited to see you today.
Hi Alex. I'm excited too. What are we learning?
Today, we're learning the word
obwohl,
What does
obwohl,
mean?
obwohl,
means although in English. It's used to show contrast. The most common usage is to introduce a clause that contrasts with the main idea.
Oh, interesting. Are there any false friends I should watch out for?
Yes. Some learners confuse
obwohl,
with
Althug,
in English, but they are used in similar ways. Just remember that it introduces a subordinate clause. Let's talk about the grammar.
obwohl,
Is a conjunction, so it doesn't have gender like nouns do.
Right, that makes sense.
When you use,
obwohl,
it often comes before a clause. For example, you might say,
obwohl es regnet, gehe ich spazieren.
which means although it's raining, I go for a walk.
So, it changes the word order.
Exactly. The verb comes at the end of the clause. In the past tense, you could say,
Obwohl es geregnet hat, bin ich gegangen.
which means although it has rained, I went.
Got it.
Now let's look at the origin of.
Obwohl,
It comes from Middle High German and is formed with meaning if and,
wohl,
meaning well.
That's fascinating. So it literally means if well.
Yes. It shows a condition where something might be unexpected. Next, let's break down the word. The prefix is, which means if, and the root
wohl,
means well. Together, it implies a condition that contrasts with what is expected.
That's like putting together Lego pieces.
Exactly. The head last rule applies here, where the meaning builds up as you put the pieces together. Now for similar words. Since
obwohl,
is a conjunction, we can look at other conjunctions. For example, there's,
weil,
which means because,
wenn,
meaning if, and,
als,
meaning when.
Interesting. What about prefixes?
Good question. With as a prefix, we also have words like,
obduzieren,
meaning to dissect, and,
obskur,
meaning obscure.
What about suffixes?
There aren't specific suffixes here, but you can think of related words like,
wohl,
which means well. Let's practice speaking. Imagine you're in a situation where you want to explain why you're still going out. You could say,
obwohl ich müde bin, gehe ich ins Kino.
So that means although I am tired, I'm going to the cinema.
exactly. Now you try a similar sentence.
Obwohl es spät ist, gehe ich nach Hause.
Perfect. That means although it's late, I'm going home. For another situation, let's say you're at a job interview. You might say,
Obwohl ich wenig Erfahrung habe, bin ich motiviert.
So that's although I have little experience, I am motivated.
right. Now try to create your own sentence.
Obwohl ich nervös bin, gebe ich mein Bestes.
Great job. That means although I am nervous, I am doing my best. One more scenario could be talking to a friend about a challenge. You could say,
Obwohl es schwierig ist, gebe ich nicht auf.
That would mean although it's difficult, I won't give up.
exactly. Can you create a sentence about that?
Obwohl ich viel zu tun habe, nehme ich mir Zeit für Freunde.
Well done. That's although I have a lot to do, I make time for friends. Now, let's talk about the gender hint. Since
Obwohl.
is a conjunction, it doesn't have a gender, but remember that the word
Wohl.
is masculine, which you might associate with well-being.
That's a good way to remember it.
For usage notes,
Obwohl.
is mainly used in informal and formal settings. Some typical phrases are
Obwohl ich keine Zeit habe.
meaning although I have no time, or
Obwohl es teuer ist.
meaning although it is expensive.
Are there any commonly confused words?
Yes, students often mix up
Obwohl.
with,
Trotz.
which means despite. Let's wrap up with some example sentences. For instance,
Obwohl sie krank ist, geht sie zur Arbeit.
means although she is sick, she goes to work.
And
Obwohl ich keinen Hunger habe, esse ich.
translates to although I am not hungry, I eat.
Exactly. Also,
Obwohl das Wetter schlecht ist, gehen wir wandern.
means although the weather is bad, we go hiking. Let's check what you've learned. What does
Obwohl.
mean?
It means although.
Good. Can you use it in a sentence?
Obwohl ich müde bin, gehe ich zum Sport.
Perfect. What happens to the verb in the clause?
It goes to the end.
Yes. And can you tell me the origin of
Obwohl.
It comes from Middle High German and combines and.
Wohl.
Exactly right. One last question, can you give me a similar word?
I think.
Weil.
Means because.
Correct. You've done great today, Sam. To summarize, we learned about
Obwohl.
its meaning, usage, and how to construct sentences. Keep practicing, and you'll master it in no time.
Thanks, Alex. I really enjoyed learning this today.